once. Of course, it slowly accumulated. More and more people came here because of its reputation. And the first university started here in the 13th century, so the 1200s. And Oxford is the world's second oldest continuous university after Bologna in Italy. Ever since those days, of course, the university has grown, and today, as I mentioned earlier, there are 38 colleges which make up Oxford University. There are around about 32,000 students here in Oxford, and there are two universities, Oxford University and Oxford Brookes University. The population of the town is about 160,000, and Oxford does have an industrial side as well. This is where they make the Mini Cooper here in Oxford. Oxford is culturally twinned with Leon in Nicaragua, Leiden in the Netherlands, Perm in Russia, Grenoble in France, and Bonn in Germany. Some people you may have heard of that have studied here in Oxford. T. Lawrence of Arabia, the newspaper tycoon Rupert Murdoch, Stephen Hawking before he went to Cambridge, Tim Berners-Lee, the co-inventor of the World Wide Web, Oscar Wilde, Lewis Carroll, Tolkien, the writer of Lord of the Rings, Hugh Grant, Kate Beckinsale, Michael Palin. Along with that, quite a lot of politicians: Maggie Thatcher, the late Maggie Thatcher, Tony Blair, Boris Johnson, Indira Gandhi, David Cameron, Imran Khan, President Clinton and his daughter Chelsea, along with 47 Nobel Prize winners, 32 archbishops, 12 saints, and Mr. Bean. Rowan Atkinson, who plays Mr. Bean, he was educated here and he still lives here today. Women were first admitted to Oxford 1875, but they weren't awarded full membership until 1920. I've no idea what that is. It's just those days it was rather strange. If you go to Cambridge, the women there could take, they weren't admitted full membership till 1948, but they could take degrees in Oxford. They study alongside the men, but they were not allowed a degree from Cambridge University. They had to go sail over to Dublin and receive their degree there. Very strange. I'm just going to save a little bit of time. I'll tell you while we're travelling about studying here in Oxford, the way it works in this country. So if you are a British or an EU citizen, it costs £9,250 per year to study here. You will live in the buildings for the first 2 years, and then you find your own accommodation nearby. So it used to be free in my days, but in my days only about 10% of the population went to university. Now it's over 40%. It is a big political issue at the moment, whether it goes up or they get rid of the fees. So there's lots of different ideas about that. In Scotland it's free, so a Scottish person can go free to university, but an English person has to pay. The way it works is you don't pay anything initially, and it's not until you leave university with your degree, hopefully, and you start to earn what will be, they're putting up to £25,000. Once you start to earn £25,000 a year, then you will start to pay back for your education. If you don't reach that amount, then you don't pay back for your education. But of course, if you've got a degree, especially from Oxford or Cambridge, you are going to be earning quite a lot of money, most likely. If you are not from an EU country, these fees are a little bit out of date. It's about 2 years old, but it's not going to be that much more. So it depends on what subject you want to study. So history of art, economics, they come in at 16,608 plus your college fees, which college fees are about 8,000. So it's about 24,000, and you've got to live. So you need about 30,000. Just keep going. So, but you need about, what do we say, about 40,000 a year. But some other subjects are more expensive. Chemical engineering, computer science, engineering, they come in at 25,275. Plus your college fees, that's 33, plus your living costs, which is going to be at 50,000. And the most expensive subjects are medicine.